Hi everyone, I am Toju and welcome to Still Single. Still Single helps single Christian women find contentment, hope and joy in their single season. So I'm just going to do a quick video today. It's like my first YouTube video. Well, one of firsts. And I'm just going to quickly talk about the woman at the well and how that relates to being a single Christian woman. So if I look down, I'm looking at my notes. So I'm just going to get straight into it. So obviously John 4 is the Samaritan woman with Jesus meeting her at the well. And I just wanted to mention that the first point is that Jesus meets you where you're at. So it's a case of he meets you in an ordinary circumstance, doing an ordinary thing. And I think sometimes as single Christian women, we sometimes think that, or just in general as Christians, we sometimes think that God has to show himself in such an elaborate way, but God meets you where you're at in a personal way based on your personal circumstance. Because obviously with this woman, her situation was very specific and her need was very specific as well. So I just wanted to encourage you that God hasn't forgotten about you and he will meet you where you're at with your own personal circumstance as a single. Maybe you're single who is considering settling, or maybe you're a single who's struggling with temptation. Like God will meet you where you're at and be expectant that he does that. And the second point that I want to mention is ultimately my main point. And I wanted to say that God is looking for he's looking for singles who are sincere and honest. And through John 4, you see how there's this emphasis on spirit and truth, because there's an honest conversation between Jesus and the Samaritan woman. Obviously, the most honest part of the conversation is Jesus asking her to bring her husband. And then she says, I don't have a husband. And I think as single Christian women, this is where we can relate to the Samaritan woman, because her pain point is almost similar to our pain point. We have the same pain point, because if Jesus was to ask us that question, go and get your husband and bring him, we would say we don't have a husband, and it would be a pain point. It would be something that hurts us, because it's like we want husbands but we don't have husbands. And I think we may not have been married 5 times, and we may not be cohabitating with a guy, but I think what we can see from this story is there's a pain point of like a man, there's a pain point of like a relationship where she is searching for something in these men and isn't finding it. And I feel like that's us as singles. We may not be in multiple relationships or multiple marriages, but there's this element of we're searching for something, and it's causing us to continually be thirsty, and that is the same pain point. And I felt like with the same message that Jesus had said to the Samaritan woman, as in he is the living water, let us be reminded that this is a clear example of Jesus seeing the need that you have in your heart, a genuine need of like marriage, companionship, wanting to be married, wanting to start a family. And let us remember that the ultimate satisfier of our soul is Jesus, who is the living water. And let us always strive to seek after this living water, because it's very important. Because no man, no relationship, no marriage can be that living water that we need. So that's my message basically. I hope you're encouraged with this message. I hope you remember that you can relate to this Samaritan woman, because the question that Jesus asked her would be the same for us. And going back to being sincere and honest, like, let us always present our needs and our requests and our heart to God in an honest way, because I think that he meets us where we're at first, and then secondly, he meets us all the more through our honesty and through having a sincere heart. Because the conversation she had with Jesus that day was one of honesty. She didn't lie that the guy that she was with was her husband. Same way with us. Let's not lie about the fact that we're single and we don't like it, or whatever the case may be. Let us always present our heart to God in a way that is in spirit and in truth. We're worshiping God in our heart. We're worshiping God in a truthful way that's true to what we're feeling and what our life is like, what our experience is like. And let's be expectant that God will meet us where we're at in that way, and he will supply us with that living water that we need to feel sustained to living out this single life. So I hope this message encourages you. And please, if you've enjoyed watching this message, please buy my book, Still Single, Overcoming Discontentment. So the link will be available in the description below. And also, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so it will be very, very appreciative if you can do that. Okay, take care. Bye.